Hello again, this is Larry Hayden. Welcome to the Larry Hayden Podcast. This is episode 42. The subject is capital punishment. The English word used in the Ten Commandments for kill is ratzuk, which in the original King James Bible is translated kill. In recent years, many Bible translations have adopted the more accurate translation of "You shall not murder" for the sixth commandment. This reflects the original Hebrew meaning and avoids potential misinterpretations. After the flood, Noah and his family and the animals exited the ark. God gave a new command: put to death anyone who murders another person. Genesis 9:6 says, "Whoever sheds the blood of man, by man shall his blood be shed. For God made man in his own image. The severest of penalties is to follow murder, and God himself gives the reason for it. God specified that the murder was to be punished by death because of the nature of man. Man is created in God's own image, Genesis 1:27. Because murder destroys an image bearer of God, it is a direct affront to God himself. Another secondary reason for the mandate is quite practical. Since the murderer should have been killed and no longer be alive, why should we the people be burdened with the expense of feeding, housing, and health care for the rest of the remaining life of the murderer? Numbers 35, 30, and 34 states, "The punishment for premeditated murder is death." In the New Testament, Matthew 5:21 and 22 makes clear that murder is wrong and the attitude behind the action is just as wrong. God sees the heart and its intentions. 1 Samuel 16:7. Murder is consistently listed as a sin throughout the New Testament. For example, Revelation 22:15. Man still bears the image of God, and God's view of murder has remained the same. So, how should a Christian view the death penalty? First, we must remember that God has instituted capital punishment in His Word. Therefore, it would be presumptuous of us to think that we could institute a higher standard. God has the higher standard of any being. He is perfect. This standard applies not only to us, but to himself. Therefore, he loves to an infinite degree, and he has mercy to an infinite degree. We also see that he has wrath to an infinite degree, and it is all maintained in a perfect balance. Now, here are the resources I mentioned earlier to learn more about God and the Bible. I recommend 3 outstanding websites. First, go to gotquestions.org. This site shines because it features a search window where you can enter your questions and find reliable answers to over 700,000 Bible questions. And the site reflects the worldwide conventional, conservative, Protestant viewpoint. Next, go to alwaysbeready.com by the exceptional Bible scholar Charlie Campbell. And finally, visit my website, larryhaydenpodcast.com, and click on Learn the Bible to see my personal favorite Bible resources. And with that, I conclude episode 42. Thanks for listening, and I wish you peace always.